Hey, good people, you're listening to Rudy Radio, powered by Rude Rangers Entertainment. I'm Yvonne, the Motivator Man, and this is He Said, She Said, a show that explores all types of topics from the male and female perspective. We're going to make you laugh. A few of you might cry, but most of all, we're going to make you think. Please share this episode with as many people as possible on social media. You can text them to tune in. And if they're in the house with you, hey, take a moment, sit down, and just listen to us together. I always encourage you to share your thoughts and your comments in the sections below. Trust me, Noel and I will respond. And speaking of Noel, what's up, Noel? Come on in, say hello to the people. Come on in the room.
Hey. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Hope all is well.
Yes,
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm blessed and highly favored.
You know that's right. You know that's right.
Black folks always say that. Got 2 cents in their pocket, but they blessed and they highly favored. Amen.
You know that's right. So you ready to discuss our topic today?
Yes. What is the topic today? Let the people know.
This is coming from Monica Cavallo. And I love the fact that Monica Cavallo, because I see that name Cavallo and I see Italian written all over it. Okay? And her topic was we're going to do the top 10 best black movies. So you're going to do 5 and I'm going to do 5. Okay?
Good. Yeah.
Top 10. I'm going to start.
Okay.
So number 5.
Uh-huh.
People, every black family needs to make it their business to see this movie, especially if you have a son. American Skin.
Oh, okay.
Make it your business. This is an obligation, a duty for Black America to watch American Skin. Did you see American Skin yet?
I have not. I have heard a lot about it. I don't get a chance to do a lot of TV or movies. I believe this is on Netflix. Am I correct? Or is
it's Prime? It's on Prime, I believe.
Okay.
I believe it's on Prime.
All right. Well, I'm gonna check that out and see, because I've heard a lot about it. We're not gonna give anything away because of the fact if you ain't seen it, we're not gonna tell you. But I kind of feel if Noel is endorsing it, it may be good. It may be good.
We could talk a little bit about it because there is
overview.
A trailer.
Just the overview, because I haven't seen it, so don't mess it up.
There's a trailer, so I'm not going to give you everything, but there definitely is a trailer. What's the young man's name? Nate. He also played
Nat Turner.
Nat Turner.
Okay.
He also played Nat Turner. Him and his son are driving in a white neighborhood, and they get pulled over by police, and the police officer mistakes his cell phone as a gun. Mistakes his cell phone for a gun.
Don't tell us no more.
Yes, and that's what you need to know. After that, what goes on after that is thought-provoking. You have to have a conversation with your black son. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say, and Hispanics. Hispanic is a whole Hispanic portion of this. We have to have these conversations, and don't be afraid of having these conversations with your children. I believe it's even going to be enlightening to white America.
Well, I'll tell you, if it was anything like The Color Purple, it will be very enlightening to white folks. Put it this way, others other than POCs, people of color, because in this country, they're always saying, I don't see what the big deal is. I don't understand what y'all go through, right? Because you're not in their skin every day. You're not in his skin, so you don't understand. You don't understand to be a black man with a black son and getting pulled over, and neither one of you are doing anything, but the cops are going to treat you like you just robbed First National Bank.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So this movie is very enlightening. I think it's a black family's duty, black people's duty, to make sure you watch this movie. It's very well written, very well written. The acting is fantastic. The guy who plays the white cop is killing his role. He is fantastic. Okay, the movie is very, very, very good, and it's a Spike Lee joint.
Oh well, listen. Since we're on that, I was going to go back movies, right? Because I like the oldies. But you brought up Spike Lee, and Spike Lee had a movie called Chirac.
You like Chirac?
What? I love Chirac because...
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Tell people what Chirac was about.
Okay, Chirac was a spin-off of a Greek mythology story of where the women decided to withhold sex in their village to get something done. So Spike Lee...
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Spike Lee, with his ingenious self, brought that up to the 21st century, brought it to Chicago, related it to all of the violence, and the one woman that roused everybody up was so very sick of the violence. She said, hey, let's do this. This is a possibility. We can stop the violence. Now, I know what's going to be said, and in your relationship, you do what you want to do, but I'll be mad at you, still knock it out the box, and be mad after. That's not going to keep me. All right? But I understood the concept because we have to do something so desperate to stop this violence. And he showed that crazy gang violence in Chicago, how ridiculous it was. And it boiled down to one guy who did not tell the truth. And he was the only one that had sex outside of that protocol. And he was the one that committed the murder.
So is that realistic? Can that realistically happen? Because this is what I think happens. I think people forget that females are also sexual beings. They also have wants and needs just like everybody else.
But the movie showed that. Them girls was itching. They were itching.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to say, is the concept of reality, can the concept really work?
Well, no concept can work unless the people behind the concept decide 100% to be committed. You need to start listening to my Monday motivations. I talked about commitment. So if you can't get people of that age group to be committed, no, it won't work. It won't work if there's no commitment. But they were so committed because they could not take the violence. Mothers were losing sons. Women were losing lovers. They just didn't want it to happen anymore.
Because if you tell me you're going to cut off this pow-pow session so I don't have to go shoot Leroy down the block. Oh, yes. Leroy's life was just saved by a whole pow-pow session. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to clean up my act.
So you answered your own question. You said yes.
No, I'm talking about for me. I'm talking about for me.
No.
But for a community, that's for a large group of people, that's very difficult to, maintain. And then are we pushing or promoting homosexuality at the same time?
Absolutely not. Homosexuality has nothing to do with the non-existence of sex between a man and a woman. Just because a woman said, I'm not going to have sex with you until this is taken care of, doesn't say to a man, okay, I'll have sex with another man. A man is not going to have sex with another man unless he is physically and mentally attracted to him. Oh, so my God. How many times
you haven't heard of a place called jail, huh?
Okay, jail is totally different. When you are in there for 20 years, you will become physically and mentally attractive to something that can give you some sexual outlet. But on a regular basis, outside,
now let's go back to the original question. Yeah. You said if you're there for 20 years, that there's a chance that you could relieve yourself with someone of the same sex. So now, if they're saying, we are not going to have sex with you until you guys learn to stop killing one another, okay, does that now promote or entice, I shouldn't say promote, entice homosexuality between men and women.
No, because you're in there for 20 years, you know that there is nothing that's going to happen for 20 years, so there's no light at the end of the tunnel. If someone's telling you, all these women are saying, okay, we're not going to have sex until y'all get it right, the light at the end of the tunnel is, all we got to do is get it right.
Okay, so how long was it before? Because I don't even remember, did they put a time limit on this?
No, they just did it for most of the movie. I did not read the Greek story, although I've always been into Greek mythology. That was one I did not read. I don't know how long it was, but I have to tell you, it really doesn't matter how long it is. There's very few men that will say, okay, well, I'll just take what I can get. Okay, most men, because I have a lot of homosexual friends, I am what you call a fag hag from way back in the day. I don't call myself an expert, but I will take my expertise from their friendship. Gay men are gay men, and straight men are straight men. If a man is not interested in another man, the chances of him having sex with him are slim and none. But we are not talking about that today. We are talking about the top 5 movies Black people need to see. So I need you to get back on point. And
I am on point because we're talking about the movie Chirac.
All I said was it was a good movie to see because of the fact that a community stood up, took control over a problem in their community. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, we will resume with the 5 top movies all Black people need to see. Now, I need y'all to go and get you some iced tea or some water. Please put some lemon and some lime in it so that you can detoxify yourself, and come on back.
I am Madame Francois, and I'm introducing my new luxury skincare brand that's available to you at an attainable price. Discover my beauty secrets, luxurious, effective ingredients with proven results and a price tag that doesn't break the bank. Come indulge with me at lesmadamefrancois.com.
I'm Doozy Bots Dave, and my prices are Doozy Bots. Come into LI Telecom at 2287 Route 112, Medford, New York, or call me at 631.
Round 2. Fight.
Hey. Welcome to He Said, She Said. I'm not just sports. I'm Noel Epps from Not Just Sports by Noel Epps. And my co-host is Yvonne, the Motivator Man from Determined Women of Destiny. Okay? And today's topic is coming from Monica Cavallo, by the way. Monica Cavallo, and I thought this is very interesting that Monica Cavallo came up with this subject matter. Okay, so her subject was, what are the top 10 best Black movies? Top 10 best Black movies. So I have for number 5, American Skin, and Yvonne has Chirac.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and so, they're both Spike Lee's joints. So if you haven't seen them, please support my man. I love his movies.
Okay, so you up next. What do you have?
All right, I'm going to take you back. I'm going to take you way back. I'm sorry. My all-time favorite, one of my favorite Black movies, The Mac. The Mac. Goldie. That's right. The Mac. And if you haven't seen it and you're a young one, please check out the archives. If you happen to not be a POC, a person of color, and you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google The Mac and it will pop up with put in Ron O'Neal and it'll pop up, and sit back and enjoy it. Again, I believe that is taking place in Harlem. It talks about the pimp game. It talks about the drug game. And it gives you an insight into our community back then and how we evolved now. So that's my movie.
I love watching those movies. I love watching those movies, but I must admit this. The acting in those movies are so poor. It makes no sense how bad the acting is in those movies.
Is the acting bad, or has the lighting and production and how we present ourselves now is much different than then? Because back then in the 70s, that acting was real good. We had HD.
Again, the lighting and production, yes, that's all bad too. But the acting itself, it's so bad. It really is bad. When you look at it, it's okay. Let's just say this. I won't say bad. It has evolved.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it wasn't bad back then. It wasn't bad back then. It was acting for that time. And as far as other movies went, it was good acting. But yeah, if you compare it to movies now, horrible.
It definitely has evolved.
Absolutely. But I liked it. I did. I liked it. And over the years, we've had so much of that type of acting shoved down our throats that we're really sick and tired now of seeing black movies in black neighborhoods with black men, black women having all this black sex, selling all these black drugs.
I'm not mad at that. I don't understand why people, because a lot of that's our reality for a lot of us. That is our reality. So I mean, we also it shows too much of that and not too much of the other reality. That's the only problem that I have. But it is what it is, So with that, you got the Mac.
Yes,
I got one of my favorite movies. I'm not a guy who watches movies 3 and 4 times, but between Scarface and this movie, I think I've watched this movie 4 times. Paid in full.
Yep.
Paid in full. I love Paid in Full. Killer Cameron killed this role. Cameron, as a rapper, people think rappers can't act. Killer Cam killed this role.
Well, that's the funny thing when they say that rappers can't act. Most rappers are acting most of the time because Drake, I started from the bottom, now I'm here. Where from the bottom did you come from? The rich part of Canada, boo. So acting. Who is it that has the teardrop on his eye and he ain't even used the gun? Acting, So yeah, they can act. And most rappers are very talented. They absolutely can sing. Well, if you can rap, you can sing. It's all about rhythm and melody. I do agree with you. Paid in Full, yes. Check.
And this was about Alpo. This was about Alpo, the drug game in Harlem with the dude Alpo. And I believe, did Cam play Alpo? I think Cam played Alpo's part. And
I don't know. I just know that I have seen it at least 2 or 3 times. Like you said, I enjoyed it. I don't remember who played what. I just know it was very entertaining.
And this was early 80s, so this is my era. This is BMWs with BBM rims and the crack game, the beginning of the crack game. I mean, come on, baby. This was fantastic. Again, well written, very good acting, believable, and they told the story accurately, which is what I like too. Okay, it was not too much sensationalism, so it was very good. And Cam is funny in it. If you can look at the humor in it, Cam is actually pretty funny in it.
So ladies, I know y'all gonna love me. This is all our signature movie. You ready? Waiting to exhale.
Oh yes.
When Bernadette took that pull off that cigarette.
Yes.
She let it out. She threw that sucker behind her, and the car said, "Boom."
I'm not gonna cry.
We were in the movie theater talking about yes, girl. You know how many men's cars
shed no tears
was set on fire because of that movie? I would like to know the statistics, because I know women everywhere were setting brothers' cars on fire.
Yes. We watched that movie in the theater. And I can't even tell you how many, yes, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes. I can't even tell you how many times I heard that in the movie theater. And if y'all don't shut up, back here.
That was the one that came to the forefront for everyone. But that movie was very symbolic of women that had themselves in a terrible situation, but was able to see themselves clear. Even though she burned his car up at that last trial, she was like, I don't want nothing but my freedom. She realized she could not take enough revenge on him to get back what she felt he took from her. So she was like, I just want to live free. I done cut my hair. I'm free. I want to be free to date somebody else, to live my life. Boy, take your money, take whatever you got. Just give me the house and leave me alone. He said, okay. The other chick, that was the newscaster. She kept sleeping with the married man until one time she was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Her mother even was like, oh, he's a good man. No, he's not. The man was married. He'd never be yours. Then you had the chick that kept picking up the wrong dudes. No matter who the dude was, he was the wrong one. And she also was messing with a married man. But the one I liked the best, it was the chunky chick. The chunky chick. When she
Loretta
walked away,
Devine.
Yep. When she walked away, she said, oh, is he looking at my butt? Looking at my butt. Child, I like to fell out. And then, she was hooked on her son's father and had no idea that this man was actually gay. So they hit a lot of topics for women in that movie. And if you have not seen it, I advise you to see it. And you know what? We still in COVID. We shut down. Get you and a couple of girlfriends. Take your temperature first. Make sure everybody's temperature's under 100. Get a couple of chips. Get some sparkling water, whatever you like to drink. Sit down and watch this movie and just enjoy.
Well, since you gave an extra one, I'm going to give an extra one.
I gave an extra one?
Yes, you sure did. Okay. And this one, again, all black people need to see. Django.
Okay.
Loved me some Django.
Put your hand up so we can slap high five.
And I could not stand.
Yes.
And I could not stand, what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, I was ready to choke the hell out of Samuel L. Jackson.
At the end, he kept saying, I'm going to get you. I'm like, how you going to get him? He done shot you up. He get ready to blow the house up. Oh, if you just let me get up, I'm going to get you. Get me how? You are literally dying.
When you could get me to be emotional, you got me. And the scene that makes me so emotional is when they made the two black slaves fight each other.
Yes.
For the entertainment of the slave owner, who was Leonardo DiCaprio, who played that. Was so good. The acting again, the writing was just so good. So good.
Let's not leave out the very genteel Southern white man who just couldn't help himself when he shot him. He said, I just couldn't help myself and shot him right through the heart. I said, I love that guy. I love him. He always came and he spoke so eloquent. He said, well, I am. And this is That's a no. This is my man.
and Jamie Foxx killed it.
Did he not play it?
Jamie Foxx was the first superhero, the first black superhero. He killed his role. Went to get his wife too. Went to get his boo. He wasn't playing.
Yes, he was. But Hilda, when she started speaking German, I was like, yes, girl, let them know. There were slave owners that took interest to teach their slaves their history. You know, they snatched our history away and didn't give us none, but there were some that did. And she spoke fluent German. And they're sitting there speaking it.
Yeah, I mean, excellent movie. Very good movie.
So we are going to break. And we come back. We got a few more movies for you. Now, ladies, if you're cooking, you got a little time to go in there and turn over the chicken and the potatoes. And guys, if you're going to grab something to drink, go ahead and get it and come on back. Okay, good people, and we are back. You are listening to He Said, She Said. I'm Yvonne, the Motivated Man from Determined Women of Destiny. Please make sure you check out my show every Thursday night, 7 p.m. on Facebook. Or if you have Alexa, you can say, Alexa, open Rudy Radio, and I will be there, and so will many other shows. And you can decide which one you want to listen to, or listen to all of them, because all of them are good. And my co-host is Noel Epps from Not Just Sports by Noel Epps, and his show is every Sunday at 9 a.m. Please make sure you check him out. Please support us. We thank you so much for making us the #1 show on Rudy Radio, and we are now syndicated on 1 point, and we want you to bring our shows, Determined Women of Destiny and Not Just Sports by Noel Epps, to the same level. We know you'll do it. We love you for your encouragement and your support. We are talking about the 5 movies that black people, the 10 movies black folks need to see. Now, Noel, bring us together. What have we discussed already?
Number 5. Well, actually, number 10. Number 10, American Skin.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, Chirac. Number 8, The Mac. Number 7, Paid in Full. And in that segment, you got 2 bonus ones. You got Django and Waiting to Exhale.
Yes.
Okay. I hope Monica Cavallo is writing all of this down.
And guess what? She got enough time to watch them all, because she could probably get them on Netflix.
So we got 8 here. We're down to 7. 10, 9, 8. I'm sorry, 10, 9, 8, 7. We're for 6. I'm sorry, 6.
Okay.
Number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't watch a lot of movies 2 and 3 and 4 times. I must admit, I watch this. Every time I see it, I watch it. Menace to Society. Menace to Society is ridiculously good.
Yes,
My man, Old Dog, Lorenz Tate.
Yes.
I believe that's old girl is Jada Pinkett, correct? Jada Pinkett.
Yes, and it was her brother. It was her brother that was shot.
Yes, and also he was actually on Not Just Sports. He did an interview on Not Just Sports with me too. But fantastic movie. And every time I see it, my favorite part is they about to go do a drive-by and play Love and Happiness in the back.
That's right. Because they were happy and they were loving what they do. Yes, they were. That was a good movie. I would give that to you. Again, people say, well, we exploit the plight in our community. I think movies like this bring to the forefront the plight of our community and how important it is for us to work together to make our communities not like this anymore. We have the power. We have the power to change this around. We really do.
But again, I just don't buy into that all the time. That's what we see. That's what we do. I mean, that's what we see. So we have to, if you just said you got mad at Drake for saying he started from the bottom, now he's here. Okay, so if we're not talking about our reality, are we doing ourselves a disservice?
I think we're only doing ourselves a disservice if we're talking about our reality and not talking about the solution to it. See, there's a solution. And we also need to talk about it. And these movies stimulate the conversation regarding the solution.
If there was a solution, we probably wouldn't be having these situations, having these stories, if there was a solution. So what's the solution?
That is not the truth. You have to realize that drugs are in our community by design. There is
I agree.
There is something called the Mann Commission. I believe that's how you say it.
The Mullins Commission, but I agree.
Yes.
But what is the solution?
Well, the solution is, if you read that paper, if you read about that, you realized how the police infused our communities We have to now be the ones that say, you're not going to bring anything in our community. And the drug dealers that are there, they have to be moved out. And you say, it can't be. It can be. I used to live on Jamaica Avenue in Wyandanch. That's the Bible Belt. When I first moved in, I literally was running behind cars, writing down license plate numbers. One guy said to me, yo, Ma, you want something? I said, yeah, you offer my block, because this is my block. He said, I'll be here longer than you. I lived in that house for 20 years. I did not see him 6 months later. Every time I saw him, I called the police. They were so tired of me.
As a black woman, that's easier said than done.
Right, because we get tired and we stop.
Or you could be, your life could be threatened. You could put your life in danger, put your loved one's life in danger. So when all of that is in the realm of possibly happening, sometimes it makes us become silent. It makes us become deaf. It makes us become blind to a lot of issues. So the reality of it is the solution is easier said than done.
And another thing you can do is you can run for political positions and have your voice heard. And don't get in a position and act like, oh, I'm a black person in position, No, get your behind in there and get some work done. I am so tired of all of these political figureheads, and our communities are still messed up. Why are we voting you in and you're not putting this crap out? So it is our responsibility. Yes, you are right. It could come down to someone threatening your life. And that's one of the reasons why the NAACP was developed. It was white folks threatening our lives at the time, but now it's black folks. We have to take back our community. And these type of movies show us exactly, how important it is for us, because our children need to be able to ride their big wheel down the street and not have to worry about a stray bullet.
Yep.
I want to be
that's a whole other subject for another day.
Right. I want to be able to sit on my step.
I have very strong views on it.
I want to sit on my front step and be able to enjoy my iced tea on my front step and not have to be, oh my God, let me get down. The bullets just whizzing over my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's your movie?
My movie is the one that they talked about Tyler Perry like a dog, but this movie was so good. A Fall from Grace.
Wow.
Fall from Grace was a good movie. Number one, it taught
the best one-liners in that movie.
No, yeah. Well, the thing is, it taught you about check your friends, number one, because your friends may be your foes. Number two, he said something that hit so hard. He said, you are low-hanging fruit. For people that don't know, I'm from the South. All the fruit on the ground is easy to be picked. But by the time you pick it, some type of animal or insect has already gotten to it first. So it's not as fresh and pleasing as the fruit on top. And that's what he was telling her. Women, stop letting men treat you like you're low-hanging fruit. Don't do that. But you got to come to Determined Women of Destiny and Dear Daughter to hear that. But we're going back to this movie. Tyler Perry, they talked about this movie so bad, but this movie was good. It was really good.
Now, here's my question.
Yes.
I am a firm believer in you teach people how to treat you.
Yep, you do.
You teach people how to treat you.
And you also teach people how they are to be treated. Because if a mother raises a daughter with a negative personality, she will only accept negativity. So as a child, she was already trained how people are supposed to treat her. Now she's going to teach whoever's in her life how to treat her like that, because all she knows is negativity.
Hold on, let me ask my question. My point is, are we blaming the man? And I should say the word blame. Are we saying that the man is a foul man for treating her that way, or did she accept? Because she was being reeled in. She was being groomed. She was being groomed to accept his behavior.
It was both. It was both.
Okay.
You know, the fact that she had got to a point of desperation, because she had held out for many years, but the fact that she was I won't say she was at a point of desperation, but she was lonely. And this guy was a con artist. Him and his mama knew exactly what they was doing. You know, in the beginning, you see the person saying, but it was my house. And then at the end, you see they have been taking houses from people. They have been doing this for years, you know? So, yes, she was set up for the kill.
Is that the power? Is that the power of the tool?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was about, he didn't bring sex to the table. He brought love to the table. And her friend kept telling her, oh, go ahead, girl. It's okay. It's time. See, a fake friend. Don't let nobody tell you when it's time. You know when it's time.
You sit up in that house by yourself.
Okay.
And that tool, they start knocking on you, you know, tapping on your shoulder. Hey, girl, I'm down here. I need to be taken care of.
I would agree with you if he had sported the tool first. He did not. He sported love to her because he knew what she wanted. It wasn't about sex. Let me tell you this again. Penis is blowing in the wind. You can get penis. It's love that we're looking for. And we go on the break before you got something to say, because I saw the way you looked at me. We go on the break. Y'all make sure y'all come back.
Round 4.
Hey, welcome back. Today, me and my co-host Yvonne, the Motivator Man, we are discussing Monica Cavallo, you came up with a good one, girl.
Yeah,
you came up with a good subject matter, Monica Cavallo. And the rest of you can come up with good subject matters. All you got to do is let us know. Hit us in our inbox, hit us in our email, text me. Some of you have my number. Hit us up. Let us know. Okay, this is a good one. Monica Cavallo wanted to know, what are the top 10 best black movies? Okay, so number 10, we have American Skin. Number 9, we have Chirac. Number 8, we have The Mac. Number 7, we have Paid in Full. In that second segment, we gave 2 bonus runs. Django and, Waiting to Exhale. Django and Waiting to Exhale. Now, we're trying to give you all this without giving you the story. Be very clear on that. Number 3, Menace to Society. And number 5, A Fall from Grace. Okay? Number 4. And again, this is how I did it, because I came up with so many movies. But the ones that I keep going back to, the ones that I keep watching, because I'm not a guy who watches movies 3 or 4 times, but the ones that I keep going back to, and this one I consistently go back to, it pulls at my heartstrings, and the acting again is fantastic. And it is called Set It Off. I love Set It Off.
On the left, said it.
Latifah.
On the right, said it.
I love Jada Pinkett.
On my right.
Vivica Fox was a rider.
Set it off, I suggest, y'all. Set it off, I suggest, y'all.
Man, set it
Come
off.
on, let's set it
I
off.
love Set It Off.
If Jamaica
Set It
is
Off
listening,
too good.
she is saying that is my aunt's number 2 best song. But yes, I thought it was good. I liked the end of it. As a matter of fact, everything Jada really does, I like. Vivica did act. It was a little bit hard for me to believe that Miss Clairol immediately turned into gangster Greta. You know what I'm saying?
Miss Clairol? Who's Miss Clairol?
It was Vivica. Because remember, she had on the suit. She had her hair really, coiffed. She had her pumps on. She was like, "Hello, yes, may I help you?" And the next minute she's like, "Get a gun and kill him."
Yeah, but you gotta remember, she was tired. She was tired of being broke. She was tired of being sick and tired. See, Cleo, Latifah, Cleo was the gangster. Cleo was the
Absolutely.
thug. And then
she died,
Jada,
when she got shot down, remember, her eyes crossed.
oh man. And Jada, you got to remember, Jada early in the movie had sex with the OG so she could get some money to put her brother through school.
And her brother didn't even go to college.
And then you had Elise, who was a single mom.
Yep.
And, struggling to get to work on time and struggling to make ends meet, which they all were. But it speaks to camaraderie. It spoke to love, like the love they had for each other. They was riding, even Elise, they was riding for each other. At the end, when Cleo goes out, oh man, that was crazy. And Jada gets away and goes to Mexico. I mean, love this movie.
But the white cop realized all the events that played into this, and that's the reason why he just let her go. Now, the black female cop, who was Ella from Rock, she wanted to put every last one of them under the jail.
Yes, okay. But doesn't that speak to a lot of what we talk about or what we deal with today?
All the time. I have had 2 black female bosses. I was so glad to leave them jobs. I didn't know what to do. Both of them. I did not give a 2-week notice. I put my 2 fingers up in the air. I was like, deuces, I'm out. Say something, you'll be knocked out. Because they were they were so horrible. And they didn't have to be, Sometimes
our worst people to deal with is our own.
It's ourselves. And you know what? Since we spoke to that, we want to speak to all of y'all. Stop that mess. Stop that mess. Stop it. Stop it.
That's a whole fact. Stop the nonsense. We should be helping each other. We should be, correcting each other. It's okay to correct each other. It's okay to check somebody, because if you check them, you love them. If you don't check them, that means you don't care. So it's okay.
I'm the type to pull you to the side and say, yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, you keep that up, they're gonna write you up. Now, as your supervisor, I'm gonna keep them from doing it as long as you behave. But if you don't, then you're gonna put me in a position. Anybody who has been an employee or a staff person of mine will let you know one thing I say. I got your back until mine is up against the wall, and then I'm gonna have to come out fighting for me.
That's true.
But I will have your back. I don't like that. It's sad enough that in a lot of organizations, there's not a lot of us. And the last thing we need to do is to be sitting up there putting our foot on the necks of each other, which leads me to my movie, Malcolm X.
It was a very good movie.
Yes, it was.
Again, another Spike Lee joint. Yep. Very well written, very well acted. I mean, what can you say? Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
Denzel Washington. Okay, we all know the Malcolm X story. But
he embodied Malcolm X. It was like he must have watched some home movies or something.
And if I'm not mistaken, that movie is 2.5 hours long. So
I thought it was 3.
maybe it is 3 hours long, but it didn't feel like 3 hours.
No.
It's my point that I'm trying to get to. And sometimes those movies that are 3 hours, 2.5 hours long, they become ridiculous. Like, I'll give you an example, Scarface. When I first watched Scarface, there was 2 videotapes. It came on 2 VCR tapes. But I never felt like it was 4 hours long. That movie was 4 hours long, 3.5, 4 hours long.
It took me a while to watch it because, when he cut him up in the bathtub, I had to stop.
I love Scarface.
Listen,
I can watch Scarface over and over and over again. But this is not about Scarface. It's about Malcolm X. It's about Malcolm X. But it was very well acted. And I learned a lot because I'm also kind of young when this movie came out. So I learned a lot through Spike Lee and Denzel Washington.
The one thing the cop said that resonated with me, and this is the reason why I said we have the power to change our community. He brought all of those people, all those men dressed immaculately to that police station, and he told them, we will not leave here until we find out how our brother is doing. They were let in. They saw their brother was doing okay. He comes outside. He takes his gloved hand, leather glove, okay? Wool coat, okay? Which then police officers probably didn't have. He put his finger up in the air and he turned it. All of those men on the same time clicked their heels, turned and left. That white cop said that's too much power for one man to have. And
now,
I sat there and said, every man in our community should have that much power.
Okay, so now let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Is there a man today that can put something like that together, have that much power, and have a bunch of black men, brown men following that one man? Is that possible today?
Unfortunately, our Malcolms and our Martins are no longer with us. Our young men are not trying to fight for the right. They're too busy trying to fight for true religion jeans to hang off their butt, to buy a pair of sneakers that they don't even play basketball in, and to make sure that everybody thinks they have money because they're spending so much money on us to look at them. So unfortunately, I say no. Now, there may be people that disagree with me. That's fine. But I say no. No.
Or is it ego? Our ego won't allow us to follow another man like that. Because we having the problem today with the young folks trying to follow the older folks, trying to take lessons from the older. I'll give you an example. I don't know if you saw this week. Cam Newton was at a 7-on-7 football tournament.
No, I didn't see it.
He sponsored a 7-on-7 football tournament. A young man, a high school player, was heckling Cam Newton and calling him a bum, calling him trash. You're a free agent. You're this, you're that. Okay, this is a young black man now. And he's going after Cam Newton. By the way, who was a Heisman Trophy winner, who played in the Super Bowl, who won an MVP. He is in the NFL. So the young man's ego wouldn't allow him to give Cam Newton the respect that he deserved. So Cam Newton turned around and said, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. And then it clicked to Cam Newton, and Cam Newton said, you know what? Where's your daddy? I need to talk to your daddy. So,
Okay.
so my point is, the ego that we carry as black men, especially the younger black men, it won't allow them to follow or to listen to people who have more experience than they do.
Now, you're probably going to say I'm wrong, but I think the ego part came from Cam. Cam didn't have to tell him I'm rich, and he didn't have to throw in his face, where's your daddy? You know why? Because Cam's self-worth was not on trial, because Cam Newton is a made man. What he should have done is he should have turned around to that young black brother and explained to him, your behavior is unacceptable.
No. I think you misinterpreted what I'm saying. When he asked him, where's his daddy? He wasn't asking him, where's his daddy? Like, your daddy's not around. Where's your daddy? No, I don't need to talk to you anymore. I need to talk to your daddy. He wasn't trying to exploit the fact whether his daddy was in his life or not. He had caught himself. He did in the beginning. You're right. In the beginning, he did say, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich.
We know that. You're Cam Newton. You're rich.
Right. So, but he caught himself and said, you know what? I don't need to talk to you about this. I need to talk to your father. So we're going to go to break.
Yes, we are.
We're going to go to break. We'll be back.
Come back and give you some more good movies.
Hey, we're back with He Said, She Said, and Monica Cavallo. Again, Monica Cavallo came up with this great subject. I'm here with Yvonne, the Motivator Man, and I'm Noel Epps from Not Just Sports by Noel Epps. Okay, and we are discussing the top 10 best black movies. Number 10, American Skin. Number 9, Chirac. Number 8, The Mac. Number 7, Paid in Full. In that segment, we gave you 2 extra ones. Django and Waiting to Exhale. Number 6, Menace to Society. Number 5, A Fall from Grace. Number 4, Set It Off. Number 3, Malcolm X. What do you have for number 2?
Wakanda Forever!
Yes!
Black Panther.
Yes!
Black
Loved it.
Panther. This movie inspired folks all around the world. When I saw people in Korea dressed in African garb to see the movie, I said, y'all got it right now. Now y'all got it. Now y'all understand. Come on and celebrate black people at their highest functioning level. Yes, I love the whole movie. And when he was getting the snot beat out of him, his mother, Angela Bassett, said, Chakala, remember who you are. That's right. You are a son of a king. You are a prince. This fool beating on you, oh, he may have strength, but you have royalty in you. Stand up, Chakala, and beat him down. Yes. As a mother, I was like, yes. I would tell my son the same thing. Yes, mama. Yes.
When we had thugs saying Wakanda forever, oh, yes. I knew it touched.
Yes.
I knew it touched some souls. So yes, Black Panther, another movie that was long but didn't feel long. Very well done. Love Wakanda. Love Black Panther. Showed us such a positive light. That's what I'm saying. We can do both. We can show you the dirty and the gritty, but we can also got to show this side too. So it was excellent. Very well done. Love Black Panther.
And Marvel Comics, and I'm a comic head. I always have been since I was about 7 when my dad brought me home the first comic book. And Black Panther was one of the 5 that my father gave me. So I was really happy to see it. But his interaction with his little sister really reminded me of my interaction with my big brother. She was smart, wild, and crazy, and he was always trying to reel her in, but he just couldn't keep her under wraps, And I like that it showed the family unit. There was a mom, it was a dad, it was a sister, it was a brother. And what I also like is that his love interest had him gaga. He absolutely adored her, but there was no sex. Thank you. All black movies, though, you do not have to see no black butt.
Excuse me.
Or black
all movies should have gratuitous nudity and some hint of sex. That's just me. Okay,
no.
But let's move on. Because we got a lot of honorable mentions that we want to give.
But wait a minute. So, this man said gratuitous. Like I'm so thankful. So I'm going to
pops out. A movie pops out. I'm good. I love it. Okay, and I will rewind it to diagnose it. Okay, so now the number one movie that I love, that black people love, and I know they love it because they always talk about the one-liners. They always have memes about this movie.
I'm listening.
Friday.
Yes.
Craig, how you get fired on your day off? Friday.
Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
Yes. I'm suing for $2 in a jawbreaker. Yes. Friday.
Yes.
Chris Tucker, fantastic. Ice Cube, Tiny.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. Bernie Mac, hilarious.
And let's not forget our boy, Bang, 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 Bang.
I'm sorry. John
You gotta-
Witherspoon.
You
John
gotta
Witherspoon.
coordinate. You gotta
Absolutely.
coordinate.
Don't go in that
Listen.
bathroom for about 40 minutes.
45 minutes. Everybody could relate to their dad on that one. And
Yes.
everybody's like, oh my God, that's my father.
I almost forgot about John Witherspoon. Thank you.
And
Almost
how
forgot
is
about
it
John Witherspoon.
that a term from that movie has transcended every culture all over the world? Bye,
Every
Felicia. Bye,
Every culture.
Felicia.
How about
Yes.
Big Word? Big Word will pull up in the ice cream truck with the curlers in his
With
head.
curlers in his head. Curlers in his head. And the ice cream truck was a front for drugs.
He's selling weed at the ice cream truck. That's real, though. That's real. Let's understand that.
Well, put it
That's
this way.
real.
Those of us that have lived in Wyandanch and Amityville, we absolutely know that is real.
That's real. So let's get to the honorable mentions.
Okay.
Okay. Here are my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Soul food.
Yes.
Loved soul food.
Yes.
Loved soul food.
Love and basketball.
Love and basketball. That's a good one.
Mhm.
Coming to America.
Yes, and they're coming out with part 2. I can't wait.
Yes. Can't wait.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Well, let's stay on that for a minute because recently that has become real because what is her name? She's the princess of Nigeria. She married the prince, and for 2 years she dated him and did not know that he was a prince. But her mother always said, "Oh, look, here comes the princess," and didn't know that his mother was actually saying princess because once she married him, that's what she would be. So that has turned out true more than once.
Okay. What else you got?
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
What?
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It was I've
never heard of that.
It was on Netflix. It was one of the last movies that Chadwick Boseman did.
Oh, yes. I got to check that out. You're right.
It was good. It was good.
I got to check that out. Okay. I got Do the Right Thing.
That's right.
Love Do the Right Thing.
Yes.
Your high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball dunking, kitsum spade mullion. Love Do the Right Thing.
And then if you like Do the Right Thing, then you must love School Days.
Absolutely. School Days. Maybe inquire about my light skinness.
It should have.
Next was Boys in the Hood.
Yes.
Love Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the
Boys in the
Hood.
Hood spoke to fatherhood. Spoke to single parent fatherhood. Decisions, right and wrong being made. Boys in the Hood classic.
Yep. Let's see about. Oh, this was good. I like this. Another Chadwick Boseman. It was called A Message from the King.
Oh,
And
I didn't see that either, but I gotta check that out.
Yep. You have to check that movie out because at the end, your mouth is gonna fly open.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
Secret until the very, very end. A Message from the King. Yeah.
Next, Queen and Slim. Loved Queen and Slim.
I didn't
People
even see
told
that.
me that
I
it was
didn't see
so
it.
bad. People told me how
it.
bad it was. Watch Queen and Slim. Excellent. Made me cry.
All right. So we got again another Chadwick Boseman. You see, I'm a fan. The Five Bloods. And that was
okay.
Yeah, it talked about Vietnam, but can you imagine how many people went back to Vietnam after quote unquote it was supposed to be peacetime to look for some stuff they might have left?
Yeah, that was okay. It didn't grab me like that, but it was good. I sat through it. I watched it.
Okay.
Next, Girls Trip. Love Girls Trip. Tiffany Haddish had her coming out party. Girls Trip was hilarious.
I wanted to go to New Orleans because of that. When I did go to New Orleans, I stood in front of the hotel where that was filmed. And I want to let you know, that's a 5-star hotel on a street that looks like garbage. And it
Well,
stank
shout
like
out
garbage.
to the girls. Shout out to the girls
Yes.
who love grapefruit. Next, what you got?
No, we have to go back because through that whole movie, it was my female cousins and we went, they kept yelling, Yvonne, that's you. Yvonne, that's you. When the movie was over, a whole row of people was waiting for us to get up and they said, okay, which one of y'all Yvonne? I was like, I got to go.
What you got? What's next?
I got Ray.
Ray, great movie.
Another Jamie Foxx, yes.
Great movie.
Yes.
Ray, great movie. Next, and I'm surprised you didn't mention this. Color Purple.
I did.
Color Purple.
I did earlier.
Harpo. Get it together, Harpo. Get it together.
I've been fighting all my life.
Sister! Yes, Color Purple. Love Color
He said,
Purple.
I may be ugly, and I may not be nothing. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you until you do right by me.
That's my wife's favorite movie. Next, what you got?
Fences with Denzel Washington and Viola
This
Davis.
was good.
Yes,
This
it was.
Very good.
Because what woman was gonna take on that?
That's a whole fact.
Yep.
Next, Straight Outta Compton.
I was getting ready to say that. You took it
Straight
right out
Outta
of my mouth.
Compton. Love Straight Outta Compton.
Listen.
Gave you the real about NWA, Eazy-E.
Yep.
Gave you the real because people didn't know. And Ice Cube is a whole legend. To think at 17 years old, he turns down $75,000 because he knew his worth.
He knew his worth.
17 years old. Genius.
Because he knew $75,000 was nothing compared to the $7.5 million he was going to make one day.
Genius.
And speaking of Ice, Barbershop.
Barbershop. Very good movie.
Yes.
Love Barbershop. Next.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Next. Again, I'm surprised you didn't mention this movie. This movie could have very well been in the top 10.
Okay.
Precious.
See, that was my next movie. That's what I was going to say. You took it out of my mouth. Right out my mouth.
Precious, Gabrielle Sibide, Monique. Oh, Monique killed it.
Listen,
Killed
when she threw that baby on the floor, I said, that's a brand new baby.
Oh my goodness, I'm ready to kill her ass. I'm ready to kill her ass. But I got one more.
Make it quick, because we got to get out of here.
Dream
Yes.
Girls.
We are your dream girls.
Dream Girls.
We make it happen. Okay, so what's her name again? Monica
Cavallo.
Monica Cavallo. I hope you had a pen and a piece of paper and was able to write all of these good movies down. We want you to watch each and every one of them. And guess what? You get to hit up Noel and you get to hit up me also and let us know what you thought about those movies. And that could be a whole nother show, Monica. All right, we got to get out of here. We have enjoyed spending time with all of you. I hope you guys had as much fun as we did, because we always do. I am Yvonne, the Motivated Man from Determined Women of Destiny. Don't forget, check me out on Facebook every Thursday at 7 p.m. My co-host Noel is from Not Just Sports by Noel Epps. You can check him out every Sunday at 9 a.m.
Can I interrupt you for a second? Can I shout out our platforms?
Yeah.
Let's shout out our platforms real quick.
Please do.
Roku, Amazon Fire TV,
Yes.
YouTube, Vimeo, Amazon Alexa, Google Play, the App Store, iHeartRadio, RudeRangers.com, On Point Network, www.onpointnetwork.tv, Spotify, and Facebook.
Right.
So listen, thank you all for allowing us to be a part of your family.
Okay. And coming soon to Queen Blueprint TV. All right. Okay, that's coming soon. Okay, so look at here. Me and your boy doing some big things over here, y'all.
Holla.
Listen, y'all talked about us like a dog in school, but check us out now. I had to throw that
They
in.
didn't talk about me like a dog. They
Hey,
tried
throw
to
that
avoid me.
Okay, well, okay. Well, whatever it was, you just didn't know, did you? We want all of you to share this, please. He Said, She Said is powered by Rude Rangers Entertainment. Our creative producer is Rudy. Every week is going to be something new with Rudy. Rudy J. Breedy. Again, I say, please, please, please share this, because when you share this, you share the love. And we want all of you to know how much we love you. We also welcome your comments, your show suggestions, like Monica Cavallo. Is it Cavallo or Cavallo?
Cavallo.
Monica Cavallo, she shared her suggestion and we talked about it. Your future topics. Look at here. We want y'all to have a blessed day, and we will see you next episode. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
Peace.